So grinding corn. So there's at least two different ways to do this. So the first part, we're going to be feet shoulder width apart, toes straight forwards. Now, if you're standing, you're going to be thinking about the soles of your feet. If you're sitting, it's slightly different because, so if you're sitting, grinding form is an exercise that's all about your core. It's about using core strength and massaging your internal organs. If you are standing, grinding form is about balance and understanding how you move. So the same exercise can be two totally different things depending on how you're doing it. Okay, but the exercise itself is the same. So we have our hands palm down in front of us. And so you want to bring your attention onto the soles of your feet. And you want to try and get your weight evenly distributed left and right. And as you do the motion, you're going to try and keep that sensation in the soles of your feet exactly the same, so that your weight does not shift from side to side. And if you're sitting, then you're going to be working core and organ. So we turn to the left, reach out, turn to the right, pull in. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale. So notice or keep your attention on the soles of your feet. Trying to notice any changes that happen. One more. And change direction. Now we turn to the right, reach out, turn to the left, pull in. Inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale. One more. So who could feel the sensations in their feet changing? Or did everybody stay perfectly centered? Yeah, right. So the chances are that you didn't notice how much they changed. Because it is really, really difficult to keep your weight perfectly centered. And so you've got to go through the stage of, I need to learn how to notice what I want to notice in order to be able to notice it. Okay? So now we're going to do grinding corn with a weight shift in that. So I want you to think about your legs, and from your knees down, your right leg and your left leg are each going to have about 1/3 of your weight in them. Okay, so it's like you're from your knees down, your legs are solid, anchoring you into the floor. From your knees up to your waist, the other 1/3 of your weight is going to be there. At the moment, you've got half of that in your right leg, half in your left leg. And that's the 1/3 that we're going to play with. So when we turn to the left, we're going to shift to the left, and we're going to move the half of 1/3 across into the left leg. So you now have 2/3 of your weight on the left. Then when we shift and we turn, we move that third over to our right. So our legs stay firmly on the floor, because from the knees down there, 1/3 of our weight falls. And so we're just playing with this 1/3 that we're going to shift from side to side. Make sense? Now, some people imagine it as sand, some people imagine it as water, some people imagine it as syrup. You know, whatever you need to do to imagine that one leg is emptying and the other leg is filling. And then one leg empties and fills into the other. And we're just playing with the third that is from the knees up to the waist. Yes? All right. So again, hands palm down in front of you. So now we shift and turn to the left. We reach our hands out, we shift and turn to the right. So if you can feel your feet moving, you're also moving that 1/3 that's in the bottom of your legs. Okay, because your feet should be solid like stone on the floor. Okay, so we inhale, shift and turn to the left. Exhale, shift and turn to the right. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And change direction. So shift so that your right leg has 2/3 of your weight, your left 1/3. Shift and turn so your left leg has 2/3, your right 1/3. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. So your feet should be firmly on the floor, but you've got weight in them. One more. So as you are doing this, you are practicing controlling your center. So your center of gravity, your center of balance, the thing that controls whether you stay upright or not. And so when you try to do it with your weight settled in the center, you are trying to keep it still and just turn it. When you have the weight shift in there, you're controlling now its movement from side to side and the turning. Now, step out to the corner with your left foot. And if you look at the inside of your left foot and you were to slide it back, you want it to miss your back heel by about 4 inches. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing, but now we have our feet in a slightly different aspect. So your weight of your belly button is with your back foot. Again, hands palm down. So we are going to turn just like we did before, but now instead of shifting side to side, you are going to shift forward and back. Okay, so we're adding to the skills of how to control your balance. Okay, so weight and belly button with your back foot. You shift and turn to your left foot, your hands reach out. Now shift and turn to your right foot, your hands pull in. Exhale, shift and turn forward. Inhale, shift and turn back. Exhale. And so the size of the circle is unimportant. We're not trying to make a big circle. We're trying to shift our weight and turn our weight. Keep your back up nice and straight. Back up straight. Now, when you reach your right hip, we're going to change direction. So we bring our hands in front of us as we shift and turn to the left. We reach out. Shift and turn to the right. Again, keep those feet firmly on the floor. Okay, all the weight that you have in your legs, they should be solid on the floor. If your feet move, then you're unbalanced. Exhale to shift and turn forward. Inhale, shift and turn. Exhale. And when you return to your weight, step. Okay, so if you are thinking about 1/3 of your body weight, let's say that's 50 pounds of weight. I mean, that's a sack of potatoes. Like, your feet should not move. Like, if your feet are moving, then you're taking weight off your feet, okay? So you want to think that you have all this weight in the bottoms of your legs, and it's like anchoring you to the floor, that you're solid on the floor, that nothing can move you. And you're just moving around the weight that's here, okay? And so your shoulders should stay over your waist. So if you are leaning forward, then you've got weight up here. If your weight's down here, here will just move and your shoulders will just follow. Okay? So step out with your right foot. Again, inside of your right foot, slide it back, and you can have about a 4-inch space. from your left foot. Weight and belly up with your left foot. Bend those knees. Sink that weight down. Hands again, palm down in front of your center. So your hands are here as an indicator of how well you are shifting and turning your waist. Okay? So if you're reaching out with your hands, you're doing something different. Okay? So we shift and turn to the left, your hands reach out. Sorry, to the right. Your hands pull in, shift, and turn to the left. Exhale, shift and turn to the right. Inhale, shift and turn to the left. Exhale. Inhale. Oh, that's looking so much better. And when you reach your waist, change direction. So we shift and turn to your right foot with your hands out. Shift and turn to your left foot with your hands. Exhale to your right foot. Inhale to your left. Exhale. And one more. And step. So it's all about how you control your center, how you control your movement. And that is the thing that will help you to reduce your risk of falling, to improve your balance. That concentration when you're practicing on the soles of your feet, noticing how they change. When you're in the center, there should be no change. When you're shifting, there should be change. Okay? If you go from 2/3 on one foot, 1/3 on the other, vice versa. Okay? And then you've got all the additional things that we always talk about, like keeping your knees bent, keeping your back up straight, your head up, your eyes up, and all of those other things that we talk about. Now, when we talk about our feet, we have left and right feet, but our feet also have a big toe, a ball, and a heel. You also want to think about how your weight is distributed on each foot between those 3 points. So, again, if you're standing, this time you're going to imagine holding a ball. And you're going to connect with that feeling in your feet. But now, rather than left and right, which hopefully will be reasonably even, you're going to concentrate on your big toe, the ball of your foot, and your heel. And you're going to try and settle those so those are even. And now you're going to take that ball in front of you, you're going to take it down, circle it up and away, pull it up, in, and down. Exhale forward. Inhale in. Exhale. In. One more. And switch direction. Circle up and out, down, up and down. Exhale, circle out. Inhale, circle in. Exhale. In. 1. So we're using the soles of our feet to tell us how well we are controlling our center. And we're trying to control our center by keeping it still, by turning it to the left and the right, by shifting it to the left and the right, and shifting it forward and backward. So when you do those, you're learning a lot of different ways to control your weight shift. And these all happen in Shivashi. So you're doing it whether you know it or not. So when you hear me say, make sure that you keep your feet flat on the floor, these are the indicators I'm giving to you to help you to do that. But this is like way more detailed than I usually go into. Now the arm movement makes it a little trickier because when you put your arms out, what happens to your center? It moves, doesn't it? Because your center is moving forward when your hands go out. It moves back when your hands come in. And so you're further testing yourself by adding this bending and straightening of your arms, whether you're doing grinding corn in place or you're doing it here or you're doing it here. Especially here, because you've got this real reach out, and that takes your weight forward, and you may notice that your weight comes onto the big toe and the ball of the foot, your heel comes light, and your goal is through practice to keep them perfectly even.